How well does the new Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus ride? That and more in this MotoVlog. Hey everyone, greetings from the side of a super cool road here in Slovenian Carinthia. We're currently on an epic tour. We've already ridden, how much? 1,040 kilometers plus a little extra on a range of different bikes. Among them, the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus, completely new for 2025. The Tracer 9 series has received a few updates. We're riding the premium model here, featuring radar technology, a unique LED matrix headlight, and notice the missing clutch lever, Yamaha's Y-AMT system. Along for the ride is also, as you can see, the Honda NT 1100D CTES. Schaf is giving that a bit of a workout on this great stretch of road. We also had a Triumph Tiger Sport 800 and a Kawasaki Versys 1100 SE with us. If you want more on those bikes, consider subscribing to the channel. There will be more MotoVlogs, comparisons, and a whole lot more. So we've been doing this crossover tour to really put these new touring bikes through their paces. Lots of exciting stuff, truly beautiful landscapes. There's even a motorbike hotel in Slovenia now, so it made sense for us to come here. But now I want to talk about the new Tracer 9 GT Plus just as soon as I can pull out onto the road again. There we go. Let's give it a little throttle. All right. So, the Tracer 9 is a well-known machine. For many years, it's been loved by fans of sport touring and dynamic long-distance riders. It doesn't belong strictly to one group. It's a crossover bike with an upright seating position, sitting between two worlds. Still, it features compact wheels, short suspension travel at 130 millimeters, and of course the legendary CP3 triple engine with 119 horsepower and 93 Newton meters of torque. This engine is pure joy. If you're the type of rider who enjoys that sort of thing, and I definitely am, you're going to love it. Lean angle clearance is excellent for a touring bike, and you can even raise the foot pegs thanks to existing mounting holes. So yeah, this bike has serious potential, but I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. Not a lot has changed here. The bike now meets Euro 5 plus emission standards, but the engine itself is the same tried and true unit. The semi-active suspension was already included in the higher-end Tracer 9 models. There's a big difference between the base Tracer 9 and the GT version. Standard Tracer has a conventional suspension and no panniers. From the GT upward, panniers are included, though we left them off for this ride. Each step up adds more tech features. Eventually, you get cutting-edge systems like the adaptive high beam from the LED matrix and radar tech that's usually only found on top-tier bikes. If you've been following our MotoVlogs for a while, you might have noticed a change in this video. We're no longer just filming from the front with the action cam, the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, but now we also have the second perspective. I like to call it the video game perspective, filmed from the back using the Insta360 X5.
Und da würde mich jetzt interessieren, was haltet ihr von dieser Innovation? Findet ihr das gut? Man hat ein bisschen mehr Möglichkeiten, um Landschaft herzuzeigen, auch das Bike und Außen zu zeigen. Oder hättet ihr es lieber ganz klassisch nur Cockpit perspective and full throttle?
Just a quick summary here while I try to avoid an oil slick. How does the Tracer 9 GT Plus ride? That triple engine is super rev happy and responsive, but if you want to take it easy, it's incredibly friendly and manageable. Sixth gear at just over 50 kilometers per hour, no problem. Cruising is definitely a strength of this bike. In tight corners, the engine uses the gears elastically. It always feels smooth and responsive, a real all-around package. At 1.85 meters tall, I find the seating position really comfortable, and then you've got comfort features like the electric windscreen, one tap, and it rises up for better wind protection. It actually gets quieter. I am lowering it again now so you can see more of the road. Yeah, this is a real crossover bike. versatile like it should be. But here's the big new thing, and in my opinion also the bike's biggest weakness. As you might have noticed, I'm not shifting conventionally. You might see my fingers twitch now and then. That's because I'm riding with Yamaha's Y-AMT, and right now I'm in manual mode. With my right index finger I can switch over to automatic mode. And that's where, unfortunately, the GT Plus has a bit of an issue. This bike is only available with Y-AMT, the automatic transmission system. There is no version with a traditional manual gearbox. I see that as a problem. I believe customers should be given the choice. Let me turn around here so I can show you the engine characteristics better while riding uphill. I don't see anyone behind me. Perfect. Now, in terms of smoothness, the clutch is controlled by an electric motor and works well. That's not my issue. It's this. In drive mode, the most relaxed setting, it still holds the gears longer than I'd like, even during relaxed riding on country roads. I wish there was a more economical mode where it shifts earlier, similar to Honda's DCT system. For example, riding in 4th gear at 70 kilometers per hour, sure it works. You can give manual input anytime, of course, but my real problem shows up in city or town riding. Imagine I'm in a narrow village street. I want to ride quietly and respectfully. No loud revving that disturbs kids, elderly people, or anyone really. So ideally I'd be riding in 4th gear at low speed. Let's switch to manual again. 5th gear no problem. 6th gear still smooth. The engine and transmission can definitely handle slow, calm riding, but the automatic mode's algorithm doesn't allow that. Even in the softest mode, it won't let me go into 4th or higher unless I'm going at least 60 kilometers per hour. That means I often end up in 2nd gear where I'd normally be in 4th or 5th. That's really annoying to me personally. And the fact that if you want features like radar cruise control, you're forced to get this Y-AMT system, that just doesn't sit well with me. Now maybe I'm nitpicking. After all, it only takes one finger tap to switch to manual mode. And in manual, I actually like the AMT system quite a lot. Switching modes are Street, Rain, Custom 1, Custom 2 and Sport. You can really tailor it to your style, and in that area the GT Plus shines. A couple of quirks though. I don't like the new turn signal switch. Reinventing that was unnecessary. There are a lot of buttons on the left handlebar, so it takes getting used to. But once you do, oh man, the familiar Tracer riding fun is right there. Sharp shifts both up and down. Oh, and you may have seen it briefly, the bike also has a collision warning system. It can trigger early during sporty riding, but it can probably be turned off. No big deal. And the AMT works well in manual mode, in corners, or like I do, in the city. I now mostly ride in manual there, since the automatic mode needs improvement. Let's see if I can pass this nice Slovenian driver in front of me. No, the road's too narrow. While I wait, I'll show you something else. We've stopped here. 1st gear is engaged, but you can still roll backward because the electronic clutch disengages automatically. I can go into neutral using the button or leave it in 1st gear. When you switch off the bike, you hear a small zzz sound. That's the system engaging 1st gear again and keeping the clutch connected so the bike doesn't roll on a hill. Smart. Another little quirk with the keyless go system. Yamaha clearly wanted to prevent people from leaving the ignition on, draining the battery, especially since you can't bump start this bike without a manual clutch. But I think they were a bit overcautious. For example, if I stop to take a picture, beautiful landscapes here in Slovenia by the way, after about 3 seconds the bike starts beeping. That gets annoying fast. No time to grab something from your pocket, it already starts nagging you. Anyway, I think I've got some space again. Let's ride and talk about one last major feature, the radar system. I think it's really well done. I can set it to 58 kilometers per hour, and while I wouldn't use it on a country road like this, on the highway it's great. I've used it a lot. Set it to 145 and it automatically slows down when a car is ahead. Super convenient. Also helpful if you need to take your hand off the bars briefly. The semi-active suspension, also amazing. In street mode, maybe a bit too soft for me, but switch to sport and it's super stable. Just now I forgot I was in manual mode and the system noticed the speed dropping. If you don't downshift in time, it does it for you. Smart. So I hope I've managed to give you a solid first impression of this pretty unique motorcycle. Now let's talk about the final, somewhat critical point, the price. In Austria it costs 21,300 euros. In Switzerland and Germany it's around 19,000 euros or Swiss francs. That's a hefty price tag. You do get a lot, especially in terms of tech and overall touring enjoyment. But with a price like that, you really have to want this bike. And the fact that there's no option for a manual transmission when it would be technically simple to offer is, in my view, a real mistake by Yamaha. Now I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think of the Tracer 9 GT Plus? What do you think about Yamaha's approach? Would you have left out certain features or wished for others? And what's your take on the Y-AMT? Thanks for watching. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. Take care and goodbye.